Hey guys, it's Lady V here, ready to hit you with another amazing video. But listen, before we get into today's topic, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to make sure that you get notified about any new content that is released. And then make sure that you hit the thumbs up button to like this video. As you watch the video and I go through content, make sure that you comment down below. I will reply to you, especially if you have any questions, all right? But today I want to help give you some clarity on a specific topic, and that is it a craft or is it a business? Listen, I can only talk to you from experience, okay? And this is so important to me because I have wasted so much money over the years because I didn't understand the difference between the two. And I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not by myself. I know there's several of you out there struggling with the same thing. And so I'm going to give you some key points today to make sure that you could take a hard look at what you're doing and be able to answer that question with clarity. Is it a craft or is it a business? Okay. Now, first and foremost, Joann Fabrics, Michael's, you have stores like Hobby Lobby that I absolutely love. Okay. I love shopping at those stores. I love going throughout the year in different seasons to see what they have that's new, what items they may have released. I am a crafter at heart. I'm artsy. I love putting things together, making things with my hands. That's just something that I've always loved to do. And as time went on and I got older, because I love doing those things, I began to question at times if I could actually make money utilizing what I love to do as a side hustle. Okay. And so there were times where I took the little crafts that I like to do and I tried to turn them into a business. I did that several times. Once I did that with starting a cupcake business. I called it Baked by V. It was going pretty well. Actually, I started getting some great orders, and I ended up getting a couple of orders that were just too large. And I realized that I didn't have what I needed to continue and actually make it an official business. So I let that go. I've always loved kind of designing t-shirts, and I've done that several times too. And so at one point I was like, maybe I could have like a custom t-shirt business. And so I bought a ton of merchandise and supplies. I bought all types of equipment to make sure that I had what I needed: cutter, heat press, vinyl, all of those things. And that didn't work out. And that's why I want to talk to you about this topic. That's why this topic is so important. I wasted hundreds, thousands of dollars over the years, okay? But I also wasted time. This is not just about money, although that's really important. I also wasted time over the years because I did not take the initiative to really figure out the difference between what I'm going to explain to you. So let's just get right into this, okay? Hobby versus business. So first and foremost, a business should be profitable. It should be something that actually generates income for you. A hobby is something that you enjoy to do, but that money goes out to, okay? So what that means is, I may burst a couple of bubbles, all right? If you claim to have a business and you are purchasing items and you're buying equipment and you're buying merchandise to sell, but you aren't really making any sales and you have a bunch of items stored up that you've spent money on, you're in debt. You're not making a profit. What you're doing is not profitable. Therefore, it is not a business. It's a hobby. It's not a business. It's a hobby. Okay. So that's number one. If it is not generating revenue, profitable revenue, okay, more than likely it's a hobby and it's not a business. Okay. The next thing we want to talk about is legalities. Okay. Legalities are so important. If you're serious about starting a business, you should go through the process of filing for official business license. Now, the type of business that you want to file for is totally up to you. At minimum, you can file for a sole proprietorship, which means that you are conducting official business in your name, and you should get an employee identification number. You'll hear people refer to it as an EIN. The process is free. But what you are telling your state and your federal government is that you are officially starting a business and you are going to be conducting business on a professional level, okay? Once you do that, that also positions you to be able to utilize both your investments and your expenses, as well as reporting your profit for tax purposes. But more than likely, that will operate to your benefit if you do it the right way. A hobby is something that you don't care about doing the right way. You aren't worried about making it legal or filing any documentation. You just kind of have fun and want to do it at will, okay? If that's you and you're like, hey, this is something I want to do, when I choose to do it, it's not something that I want to do on a consistent basis. I just kind of want to have fun and I don't want to deal with any of the legal steps behind this. Then, you ready? You probably already know the answer. Then you have a hobby and not a business. Okay. So, point number one is, does it generate revenue? Okay. Can you actually have a stream of income from this? You got that? Secondly, point number two, is it legal? Is it legal? Are you wanting to actually go through the formal process of filing the paperwork, or is this something that you just want to do at will, as you please? Okay. All right, here we go. Point number three. You ready? Do you have customers and clients? Do you have customers and clients? Okay. So when people are beginning to discover their purpose, and they purchase a copy of my 30-day purpose journal, shameless plug, you can get it on my website. There's an activity that I take them through called developing your avatars. And when you develop your avatars, it helps you be very, very clear, okay? This is why clarity is important, on who you are called to reach, who you want to impact, and who your ideal customer is. This helps you really hone in on your niche and know what it is that you want to do, okay? Not only that, it means that you're stepping out of your comfort zone and getting into a position of needing to conduct sales. Because if you don't have sales, you can't do point number one, which was generate an income, okay? So you have to have customers. If you do not have customers, what it looks like is you enjoy your craft, you enjoy your hobby, right? You like making little trinkets, maybe even painting canvases or doing those t-shirts like I did, but you're constantly giving things away. People say, oh, that's cute. And you're like, you want one? Here you go. Here it is, right? Or no one's asking for what you have at all. That means that you do not have any customers, okay? You don't have customers, you don't have clients. That means you don't have business, all right? So point number one, does it generate a revenue or income? Point number two, is it legal? Point number three, do you have customers or clients? Now, you can always change any of these things. If it's not generating income, you can get to a point where it begins to. If maybe you weren't legal before or now, but you want to move forward with getting legal, you could do that. Maybe you don't have customers or clients now, you can always acquire them, okay, by going through the process of figuring out what that looks like. But you have to do it if you desire to have a business. This is so important. You have to be able to distinguish between it being a craft or it being a business. You have to be able to distinguish that. I personally feel like people who are constantly crafting or doing hobbies have money to waste. And that's a question you have to ask yourself. Do you have money to waste? Can you afford to buy all of the supplies, to buy the equipment, to buy all of the things to have fun with, and not be in a position to gain any profit back from what you are doing. If you can do that and you can afford that and finances are not an issue for you, then hey, have fun. Go for what you know, enjoy it. Buy some stuff for me, okay? All right, I ain't even mad. Shop on my behalf. Do what you do, boo. But if you're in a position where you are serious about wanting to potentially start a business and wanting to develop a side hustle that generates an additional income for you, if you're serious about that, then you need to make sure that you go about doing things the right way. And that includes when we talk about generating a profit and income, being mindful of how you spend money. Okay, you're going to look at the things that you create or that you produce, and you're going to determine in advance if it's profit worthy. What margins do I have on this? How can I scale it? Is the profit margin profitable based upon the time or investment that I have to put into the development of this product? Is this something that I can produce on a consistent and regular basis without sacrificing the quality or the excellence of what I'm trying to do? Is this something that's scalable? Can it last long term or is it short term? And if I choose to pursue the legality, can I actually show documentation and track how I am managing my business? That means I'm going to be able to document and show the expenses that I have, the investments that I made, regular expenses that I have, and balancing that out with making sure that I'm managing money that is coming in from clients or customer acquisition. So it's nothing wrong with having fun and having a craft and, enjoying being able to do your hobbies. But if you are wanting to have a business, you need to make sure that you ask yourself the questions that I've presented to you on today and be able to determine, is this a craft or is this a business? All right. So again, really quick recap. One, sis, is it making you money? Okay, that's what it boils down to. Is it making you money? All right. Number two, is it legal? Do you want to go through the process of actually forming and establishing a legal business? And three, sis, do you have customers? Do you have clients? Have you figured out if people actually want what you offer? Okay. And then those are questions that you need to ask yourself. And here is my last ask of you. If you can't afford to do all that you have been doing, stop. Stop, okay? You can make one t-shirt, you can make one mug, you can make one canvas, but don't go out to these stores acquiring all these items without putting in the footwork to determine if you have a business and if it's going to work. You are hurting yourself in the long run. And as I mentioned, from experience, you are actually wasting time, and that's going to hurt you more than it is going to help you. I want you to be able to pursue your purpose. I want you to have clarity around what God has called you to do and the things that you're passionate about. And I want to make sure that you have an understanding of what that looks like and being able to differentiate if what you're pursuing is a craft or hobby or if it's an actual business and what that looks like. All right. So again, I hope this video has helped you. I hope the information that I share with you and the questions that I've presented to you to ask yourself as you assess your situation was helpful. If so, again, go ahead, give this video a thumbs up. I want you to comment down below if you have any questions. I'll get back to you. And last but not least, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you get notified for new videos that I release. All right. Thank you all so much for watching through the end. I love you, faith friends. Take care.